Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to arrest us?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scrapped. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
The outcast? An outcast from the Acad... But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on...
You're up
Following orders.
I see everything.
Quiver!
Take that!
Storm the front! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
That!
Yeah!
I'll take
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
that!
Flash! Yeah! Skyward! Quiver!
Law of the jungle.
Mini happy Richard?
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Hurrah! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Strike!
Law of the jungle.
Everyone hold hands.
Yeah! Hurrah! Flash! Glory to the Shogun!
It isn't over yet. Here comes reinforcements.
Strike! Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Scatter!
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries are like? Yeah. Looks like we'll... But this doctor guy seems like... going up against smart people...
Skyward! Scatter! Yeah!
doing back here? Kale! It's nice to see you again! To be honest, as a result, Master Tainari is... Oh, Kale! Speaking of Tainari... Oh, Master Tainari? I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari... No, delete... Master Tainari, I know that before you... A research bit... Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI. Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. If you run into Master Tainari... Got it. Will do!
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Hey!
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter!
I see everything!
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Wait! Look who it is! Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about... Hey! This was supposed to be... Actually, it's very smart that the trap plus. It's even a pool of stagnant water. Paimon feels like only the real Nahida... Huh? But... well, we understand that point. When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring instead. He did something... Luckily, I managed to finish my restoration. Well, I wouldn't be real... I gave away my also. The doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha Terminal. Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Ugh. Plus, the doctor's combat ability... We shouldn't give up hope. Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI? Yes, I have. I can see the Traveler's elemental energy. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? We're looking for a scholar we know. It's okay.
Skyward! Scatter!
Rather
Skyward! If you are presently unoccupied, perhaps we could stop a...
Everyone hold hands.
Traveler?
It's Hypatia!
What a pleasant surprise!
Who's this? She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Fort. Oh, I see.
That's right, we're all...
Hypatia? Wait, no.
What my consciousness has already...
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating when my consciousness makes...
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Actually, please remember, I promised to help you understand what you... My current self has...
You can do that? I've never heard of anything like that, but... If you want to give it a...
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneo with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
Weird...
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll...
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laughed in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see... But how is he connected to the
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Alas, shame. If only that would...
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no peri-porno life, but rather...
You... Why are you... I found divine...
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait, have I... already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right.
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your... After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries, and then he ran with us all the way here. What? Wait, then where is Nahida's...
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies."
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surazthana. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense! Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing. She's being extra careful, even in a moonless night. Huh. Paimon knows the moon... Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, but...
Paimon, you said...
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side.
Thank you, Tainari.
Ah, that. While I was indeed... All I know is that the project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body? What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened.
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed if I didn't take action, now that you mention it, but I still didn't expect them to do something as... the Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be... But then... what is the connection?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals. Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out.
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Ribat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
Thanks, Tainari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're...
Skyward! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Hit! Yeah. Yeah. Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! On this fine day, the view from the heavens must be magnificent. Oh, don't fret. One has no intent. Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward!
Commit it to memory.
Yeah! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
We finally made it to Caravan Reebok. It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, Haytham went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
What the... Where did he go? How did we lose him?
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for?
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless... I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Al-Haytham. We never thought we'd run it. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia?
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in... And these days... Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still in... Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert, which brings me back to you. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became To have that kind of reaction, I think you...
Al-Haytham, you...
So that's... But that does prove you do have... No matter. Rather...
That's right! We have the same plan as you...
Then I'd suggest starting with Aruville.
It's always better...
Come on, it's a rare opportunity. Yeah, skyward! Yeah, skyward! Scatter! Yeah, skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! This... Secrets of them.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Sino. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words.
I'll hate them. Do not.
Judge.
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassin.
Seemed to me more like your own. Yes. General Mahamatra Sino. Head of all the Matra.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong?
I won't waste my breath. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, have you been given a mission that's... If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority?
I should have known you'd be different.
You two!
Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great, fine! You gotta help us out here.
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty... But how dare you? It seems like... Hey, did you...
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's such...
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you!
Someone's calling for...
That sounded like come on.
All right.
Wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other? The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room. Please, let me introduce myself.
Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's... Wow, she's so gentle and caring. Like a nice older...
All right. Now, as a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers, and now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility. So please, have an honor. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh!
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself...
All right.
That's what I like to hear.
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway...
Wait! That was you...
I have nothing to hide. So there's no shame in while All Hatham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts. It's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather...
Huh? Exile your...
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project. As General Maham, I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit. The power of the General Mahama. I realized then the vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the Academia. I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action again. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or a...
Sino seems to have plus now that he's no longer the general... Well, Sino...
When I was investigating the matter in the Academia, I overheard the sages asked you to investigate a blonde...
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented.
Yes. I was indeed...
I'll hate them!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me.
I'm most entitled.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me. Their words contained one. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded...
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose...
I'd already given up on the assignment by then, so it came as quite a surprise.
Criminals do love to talk about...
Even though I ran into... You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike...
That's true.
I'm willing to apologize if I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence... After all...
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Hatham. Answer me this.
Have I not made myself clear?
Fine.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad. And now you, Dia. I believe.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were... I had nothing going on, but then I saw these two...
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry.
Creature?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not...
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry.
The wind's died down. Candace still isn't back.
When you put it that way... Leave this round to us.
It's been quite...
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Hey!
Mighty mythical...
Quiver!
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah!
Hurrah! Storm the front!
I see everything!
Yeah! Scatter!
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
Flash!
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah!
Strike!
The creature stopped appearing. Was that the last of...
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full. I am the chief of Aru Village. Everyone...
Sir, I am also a
I can't say they've always... Besides sandstorms.
So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes...
Everything in the natural world is in it.
Everyone in Aru Village needs to take... speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I...
Village keeper? Who are they?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars, exiled here by the Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity. The Academia believes that they're
Alas, that's exactly what we've been... But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
The Matra are the ones
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will...
Oh, you're the
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? But, is it really...
I'll be grateful for the assist. I'd start by finding a spot...
Yeah! Skyward!
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates, the Academia, when Mad Scott initially, Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands, despite the powerful tremors that after that.
The soft green light? Paimon thinks so too. Actually,
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities.
oh, no wonder! Everything—
If you are able to draw a conclusion... So, what do you make of the story? Really?
What? You don't believe—
No, it's not so. Lesser Lord Kusanagi. The Academia has always placed... In addition,
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a— How should Paimon put it?
I've spent...
Good! Then you—
That look in your eyes. How can this to think?
Alright, now it's our turn to put easier said than done.
Excuse me, are you here to—
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak.
Is your grandpa...
Hey, don't say that.
The person you refer...
Grandpa is just— I heard everything you said to the—
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us. I was planning to...
Whoa.
Sorry,
All right.
Yeah! Scatter! Skyward!
Sino is super—
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you.
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew that?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both... Unfortunately, it was only a few years later. However, one summer night, so Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all.
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel real—
Perhaps. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Maybe the people...
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word...
Perhaps you are more
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Yeah!
All right. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Anything else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long It still feels... Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Skyward! Scatter!
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to sit and space out near the village entrance.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? It's been a while. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora. That might explain why she's always mad at me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking care of him.
It was nothing. You're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get lost?
Yeah.
That's no good. So as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Wow, what a nice guy!
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Huh? Don't say any... Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty King Deshret. Yes, of course I have. King Deshret is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of King Deshret's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and King Deshret. Isn't it a sign of King Deshret's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for King Deshret's resurrection.
Huh.
Exactly.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah! Bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move, and he's gonna flay us alive.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about King Deshret's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that King Deshret will return to this land. I'm not making this up, I swear!
Hey, go on, keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for King Deshret's speedy return. Delavar also said that once King Deshret returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under King Deshret and fight for a share of the glory.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it. Please don't beat me.
The people here really like King Deshret, but dislike the
Where is this rat?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so...
No, not at all.
Sounds like you're not...
No, of course not.
I have many... So you'd best just stay. Don't do anything.
Yes, got it.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying. He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like...
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few... Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
Join the Aramon.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Congratulations!
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Well, this is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day. And then he gave...
So.
Huh? You know him too?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely...
No. No need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest.
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is. Take a look right here. Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here. From the size and shape, the scent is quite faint.
But who would come looking for Grandpa?
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with...
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey! What's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No, Grandpa.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of...
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, We'll set off to find the scholars.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Right.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds like it.
Oh, dear!
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
Did you find out anything you... I see.
The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts. These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in King Deshret. Way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place inside and out!
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every mora I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust. I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good. Then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the mad scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
All right, sounds like a plan. Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorm? It was only after I grew up that I realized. The wall of Samiel isn't. Sumeru is run by wise. We're cheap labor. Like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're geniuses like Satari are.
That's Tim.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Dia.
No. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those.
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean, you don't—
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello, hello!
We've had— Anyway, as far as my friends here.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
Yeah. Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days. So, you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Are we there yet?
Yep.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. A while.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru Village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people.
So, you've been watching us?
Uh-oh.
And you left the strongest one in the village.
So you and Delavar have been...
Dia, but you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumer.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar would...
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the...
Delavar. And Enger, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary.
Dia, I thought that you...
Yeah.
See? There you...
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are...
Enough talking! Get 'em!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, Traveler.
Following orders.
Mini Flash!
Oh! Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Skyward! Glory to the Shogun! Quiver!
Knee!
Riveting! Yeah! Skyward!
Hey!
Flash!
Impossible!
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you... I'm guessing you're informed. And of course you would believe even though you heard we went to handle monsters together. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust. That's what you thought.
You lie.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Okay, that should be...
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in our...
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
Oh, you mean the funny name?
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Enger and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Enger, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Enger and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how King Desh...
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house.
Wait, so he's a...
No, he isn't.
Wow.
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual place.
So, that thing?
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora. And that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened, but I see through it all. This should be all of them.
All right. I'll be in...
Candace?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru Village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them...
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler. As for these idiots...
throughout the land, and all things are made new. But in the spring. This is not.
Hey, Dia!
Right on time. We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting—
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that— Us mercs, on the other hand?
Well, Paimon thinks you're great, too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early, too.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive—
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where— Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eye—
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Well, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, please.
Well, looks like Sino taught her—
You fear death, the ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may all be desert dwellers, but there's one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of King Deshret will only result in war. And war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry. I'll tell you everything I know, please. Just...
I'm listening.
Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in King Deshret's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called Village Keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection, and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
That's one.
Huh?
Strike. You get a total of 3.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. He got us to lure the... You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me. You have to believe me.
I believe I may know what's going...
Uncle Anpu.
Smooth.
Okay.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the Academia. Some time ago, people from the Academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the Academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the Academia again.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the Academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isaka's still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready. Let's get some food in us and then where did you come?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages, and now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway? Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname! There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru Village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere. Enough with the silent treatment!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village. Bold of you to question our choices.
Yeah, you're all talk!
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Huh? Right?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But, before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Gandalf said? Most people in Aru village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether King Deshret or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village. Glad you're following. Among those you have... The reason being...
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes.
Don't change this.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino...
Right. You were asking about the...
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are...
I think it's been a few days...
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
We're on it!
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr. Alhaitham.
Huh?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler? Hi, Traveler. Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why's that? That's very similar to what before. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get...
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Alhaitham told us you have your reasons. It's okay. We understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in King Deshret. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they
Yeah. Some people can be... Slowly, I just stopped talking to people, and then it happened.
You can tell them.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Alhaitham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
There are ghosts?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It used to be louder and more frequent. But ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
There's really nothing.
I think they used to use it for treating out.
Yeah!
Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Oh, is this the place? It's in terrible Ah! Monsters! Watch out! I see everything! Help!
Strike! Scatter! Skyward! No turning back! Quiver!
Hey!
Up to it, Manzai!
Skyward! Scatter! Hurrah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter! Yeah! Yeah! Hit!
I see everything!
That's close enough.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Hurrah! Yeah! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward!
Everyone hold hands!
Flash!
Show's over! Folks.
Glory to the Shogun! Seize the skies! Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter! Quiver! Yeah! Skyward! Yeah!
I see everything!
Strike! Make way for the Adeptus! Skyward! Yeah!
Mighty mythical.
Storm the front! Quiver! Yeah! Scatter!
Grow, grow, grow!
Strike! Scatter! Skyward!
They were easy. Super. He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one. Let's go in and take...
Hey, Hatham, we haven't found squat. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Okay, sure.
Huh?
So...
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this. Hey, Paimon. And anyway, so Paimon. Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
But there's...
Something is off about the interior here. As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep
Strike!
Many happy returns!
Yeah! Skyward! Glory to the Shogun! Quiver!
Commit to memory.
Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Strike cloud converge! Scatter! Skyward! Skyward!
Let's play pretty little.
Strike!
idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak? Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know...
He's Razak, a senior of mine at...
He's a scholar too?
No. Razak was never involved in any of those things. Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be... Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully...
Loaded.
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The Academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the Academia spread a false rumor of King Deshret's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the Academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the Academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto King Deshret's followers. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since King Deshret's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of King Deshret and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an Academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem...
Oh, that makes up, but there's still...
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons. An exile is still if you can't find...
Resource?
One possibility.
Extract?
With the technology of the Sumeru Act, perhaps the process caused...
So, the human brain...
I'm the Academia's... Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the or perhaps his curiosity... The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine... The Academia is... I've spent quite some...
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The Divine Knowledge Capsule is something I want to investigate in full.
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of...
Though I must say, uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that. He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is... Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Alhaitham, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, You are required to have all the... Simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the academia entered my information into the Akasha, but what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
The academia has been watching you longer than you think. However, the fact that you resigned is proof that their suspicions were well-founded.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements...
Whoa, you bet.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now! If the academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be... Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him!
Please, wait! I want to go too!
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let Paimon feels...
Yeah! Skyward!
So, where do we go from here?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some more.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there, looks like it's buried really deep.
These are likely fragments of an academia. Looks like there were more. Let's split up and search.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand, I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
Yeah.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our deal.
Dia? Why would you... Dia!
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh? Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa?
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself. I have the...
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people...
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing can deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting King Deshret. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land...
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than...
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of King Deshret.
It's not too late yet. The village keep...
You don't understand, my dear lady.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia, even if they end up disbanding the Eremites, your Eremites, which you've worked...
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the Academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samiel.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The Academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the...
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Why would I listen to anything? Filthy traitors. Your god...
It's impossible. Perhaps we should...
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips. But these scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand...
Wait, you can't be
So, you want to
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd...
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to...
You were the scribe.
Not all desert...
You Academia scum.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said? You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my... Come on, Raman, don't be a...
An arm from the... What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here, then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Dia! Run!
Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your... You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take...
Phew. I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with if it came down to it. You would...
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about... Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others...
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find...
Whatever it takes? You just might be...
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up.